Raise your hand if you also still feel like you're recovering from Halloween weekend a little bit. Honestly, I shouldn't be even. It's just, food is just not sitting right with me. Days later even, but it is what it is. And we got to film a video today, so let's go ahead and do it. And thank God it's like the easiest video that I film on my channel here, which is my TBR. So it is TBR time. It's November TBR time. So let's go ahead and jump on in. But first, I want to know if you went out for Halloween. What did you dress as? What did you dress up as? I was a Slytherin wizard because I'm still very much in my fanfiction era. Anyways, so let's go ahead and just jump right on into things. So as you know, I always do my book club picks first, and I just wanted to make a little announcement here. I'm sure a lot of you probably saw this coming with me writing books now, but at the end of the year, Smut Club is going to be no longer, sadly, and actually Nikki and I have just decided to end Out of Bounds as of last month. We had postponed our live show for last month and just neither really had like any pick that we were kind of like interested in doing. So we're just kind of cutting Out of Bounds, and then as of December will be the last Smut Club, because I've been trying to be a little more careful with my content. I've honestly been tapering my content for like months at this point. Like I pretty much only talk about books that I like at this point on my channel, and I just never wanted to get myself in a situation where on a live show, we're sitting there like ripping on a book, like on another author's work. And I don't want anyone else to feel like they can't be honest with their opinions because of me being on there. And also I don't want to ever be in the situation where I can't be honest, because obviously like it would come across so fake if I was trying to like pretend that I liked a book even though I didn't, and like I'm never gonna do that with you guys. So I just didn't want to get myself in a bit of a sticky situation with that. So I will not be doing any book clubs as of December moving forward. However, we are still gonna finish out Smut Club, we're still gonna finish out for the rest of the year because I'm feeling good about this pick because Cheyenne's already read it and loved it. So that is Gratify by Caitlin Taylor. So this one is a goddaughter age gap, I think boss employee romance, and maybe is it ex's dad? Or did she date the son for a little bit or something? So I'm excited to give it a go. I don't think we've picked a live show date yet, at least as of right now. So obviously we'll like post about that whenever we do. But yeah, just wanted to make a little announcement about the book clubs there. I'm really sad to not be doing them anymore, but honestly, it's just like the best move for me, just moving forward. That aside, now let's jump into the rest of the books that I want to read for November, which also, my hair is like not cooperating. This is the last time, hopefully, or no, I'll still have one more video probably complaining about my bangs, but I have a hair appointment this Friday and I am so excited because I'm getting it colored and I'm also getting it cut, which it needs to be cut so badly. Like, can you see how dead the ends are? And I'm getting my bangs cut again, thank God. Oh, it needs some help. So anyways, stop, which I had already added this to my November TBR before I got the ARC, but Worst Kept Secret by QB Tyler, her new release. I'm currently reading it right now. She reached out and she was like, do you want an ARC? And I was like, yes, of course I want an ARC. So I'm already currently reading it. I am loving it. I am making a little bit of slower progress on it because it's on my phone and I don't like reading on my phone very much, but I'm really enjoying the book. And so this one is a best friend's dad romance. However, the best friend is a guy, Lucas, and he has always had feelings for Avery as well. So, I don't know how things are going to go. I think I'm only like 25% into it so far, but I'm really enjoying it. It's already hot. Theo already is doing it for me. So I'm really excited to keep going on this one. And obviously, as you guys know, anything QB writes, I'm gonna read it. So very excited for that. Next up, another new release that we have coming in November, which I think actually this one is maybe like November 29th or something. It's like at the end of the month, but I'm including it on here because literally I will be hitting download the second it is available, and that is Knock Knock by Nordica Knight. So this is the third book in the From Nothing series, which if you guys are unaware, that is Garen Parks and Lot 62. Those are the first two books in it. I have been obsessed with Garen Parks ever since I read it the other month, and I can't stop thinking about it. I want to reread it already. It literally might be the top book of my year. And this is a very anticipated book for me because it is both of their older brothers. So Devin and Maddox are the two from Garen Park and Lot 62. And then their older brothers, Nate and Xavier, you see them throughout the story a lot. They're like the supportive older brothers who want to get their 2 younger brothers together, and then they do, and they're having a good time. And also in Lot 62, you do get some like little sneak peeks that maybe they're like starting to cross lines with each other a little bit. And then this is going to be their like full-on book. I'm so excited. I really like both these side characters. A lot of times I find myself like not really actually caring about side characters, but these two I genuinely am really interested in. So I cannot wait to read this book. And yeah, and I think it's gonna be like friends to lovers, kind of like awakening romance. Yeah, I'm excited for it. Then I think this is my last new release that I have for the month, and that is Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. So I read Fourth Wing this past month. Sorry, Allie, if you're watching this. I was buddy reading it with one of my friends for our book club, but we were like making slow progress on it, which to be fair, I was also making slow progress on it. And then we got to like our last chapter break. It was like page 310 or something. I was like, shit, this is like getting good. I want to keep going. But then Allie very supportively then started reading my book. So then she like kind of got sidetracked a little bit, and I was like, I can't wait. So I ended up finishing it. And now I'm very excited for Iron Flame. You can come back on Friday to hear all of my thoughts about Fourth Wing. But I think obviously if I want to read Iron Flame, I liked it, but I have some thoughts about it. And yeah, I'm excited to keep going, and I think this comes out November 7th, so who knows if I'll actually start it right away, but I will be reading it. Then, because it is Hunger Games month, it is upon us, and once again, we're gonna get this bad boy in before the movie comes out, and I'm so excited for the movie. It comes out on my birthday. Well, I think technically it comes out on the 17th, but my birthday's the 16th, so that's a Thursday, and like new releases obviously like always play on Thursday, so I'm very excited. I am for sure going to try to go on my actual birthday. I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. I just love this universe, and yeah, so we're putting this one back on the TBR again. Let's see. Okay, another one that I had on my TBR from last month, but to be honest here, because I like don't have that many right now that I like wanted to add to my TBR that I didn't get to this past month. So I'm like, I'm gonna recycle this one from last month that I talked about, but that's King of Carnage by R.E. Bond. This one was on my October TBR, but I'm throwing it on this one again because I'm still really interested in picking this one up. It's an MFM. I think like I think not like enemies to lovers, but I don't think they're like friends. This one was recommended back, I don't know how long ago it was now. I have a really poor sense of time. It was a while ago when I did the video of like you guys recommending books for me to read, and this was one of them that you guys had recommended, and it just sounded really good. And I think there's like some stuff with like, you know, families like running the town, and then like these guys kind of thinking that they can like do whatever, and I think there's like some race car driving in it, which like I love. So we'll see. I still want to put it on there, and also I just feel like I'm kind of in like an MFM or like MMF kind of mood, so we're throwing it back on the TBR because it's already downloaded on my Kindle. Another MM one, I think especially after Garen Parks, I'm just like chasing that high that book gave me. So I want to read Iced Out by C.E. Ricky? You don't know how to pronounce that either, Dory? Hockey romance, MM hockey romance, and I think like rivals or like enemies to lovers, because I'm pretty sure in this one, these two play on the same hockey team, and they've been like rivals or like enemies in the sport, but now they have to like be on the same team. And I think maybe they like hook up and then they like win a game or something and then realize that like them hooking up is maybe good luck, and then they're all like superstitious about it, and they like are like, but we still don't like each other, but we're still gonna keep hooking up. I don't know. I think that's what the gist of this one is. And honestly, I'm also craving a hockey romance. I almost picked up The Mistake to start rereading it again, and I was like, you don't need to reread that book for the 4th time. Find a different hockey romance. So that's why I put this one on the list. Then next up, I want to read Dr. Resident by Lexi Woods. So this one is a like not like Grey's Anatomy type romance, but I think it's like a medical romance. I think between like maybe an intern and like a doctor, maybe like a McDreamy Meredith type situation. And honestly, that's about all that I know about it. I've seen a couple of my friends read it, and I've seen them all like really enjoy it. And yeah, I want to give it a go. I used to love Grey's Anatomy, and it also used to be my falling asleep show. Right now my falling asleep show still is Orange is the New Black, but I don't know how many times I've like listened at least to those first like 8 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. So I want to give this one a go, and we'll see. I have high hopes for it. Then next I want to read Kid by Jessie Hall. So again, this month I read Hawk, so you'll hear me talk about that one in my wrap up on Friday. But I read Hawk, and I loved Kid as a side character in that, and I'm really excited to read his book. I honestly don't really even know what it's like about, but I think it is like a grumpy heroine and a sunshiny hero, because like Kid's just like, he seems like he's like full of life, you know? And I'm interested to see that dynamic, especially because from Jessie Hall, like with Arrow, obviously he is like the crazy one, and not that Hawk is like crazy, but he's like the bad boy, he's like the rough around the edges kind of guy. So I'm interested to then see that dynamic when it's like the other way around, potentially. I don't know. I'm excited to read it. Okay, then I'm putting it on here again because now that the 3rd book's out, again, everyone's talking about it, and I just need to get caught up. The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford. So this is the 2nd book, and I forget what the series is called, but this one is the one with Ryan Shea, who is like everyone's book boyfriend, and I have been pressured to read this for a long time. And I think I'm going to like it, because I think it's like friends to lovers. I've heard he's just like the perfect guy, and like he does all this sweet stuff for her. So I don't know. We'll see. You know, sweet guys are not always my thing in books. A sweet guy in real life, great. Love to see it. But in books, you know, normally I kind of like them to be a little rougher, but we'll see if I also can get on board with Ryan Shea. And I think this is a sports romance too. I think, does he play basketball? So we'll see. We'll see. Then one that all of a sudden I was like, I feel like reading an accidental pregnancy book. And again, one that like I'm fallen behind on with the series is Reckless by Elsie Silver. So I'm not going to read Powerless. That's the 3rd book. I just like don't have any interest in it. But Reckless I do, because I really liked Winter from what we saw of her, or like was intrigued by her from what we saw in Flawless. I think was that the one that she was in, because she's her sister, I think. And I'm intrigued by this one. And again, I need to get caught up because the 5th book just came out. I don't know if I'll read the 5th book, but this one has still like been on my radar. And honestly, I haven't read a surprise pregnancy book or like accidental pregnancy book in a while. So like, why not throw this one in the mix and put it back on my radar? So there is that one. And then I want to I'm continuing my reread. So I have been rereading the Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas, and I have just been thoroughly enjoying my reread. So I've been listening to the audiobooks for them. I found them on my Hoopla. So I just finished rereading Corrupt the other day. So I'm started my reread on Hideaway. So I'm including Hideaway on my TBR because I am currently listening to it. This is my favorite book in the Devil's Night series, and I'm hoping that it still holds up. Honestly, my reread of Corrupt was really great. I was scared going into it because I don't know about you guys, but I get scared of like rereading my all-time favorite books, because I'm like, what if they're actually not my all-time favorite books? What if they don't hit the same the second time around? And then I've been walking around here saying for like 3 years that these are my favorite books. However, I can say that I actually enjoyed Corrupt even more this second time around. And I think I just have like more of an appreciation for Michael and Rika's relationship. They were definitely my least favorite couple the first time that I read the series, but honestly, I really enjoyed reading them a second time. So I'm continuing with Hideaway. And then also I'll throw up here Kill Switch as well. I also put this one on my TBR. I downloaded this one from Hoopla too. And this is my other favorite in the Devil's Night series because I just love Damon so much. This is like I remember just being like blown away by his redemption arc. So I am really, really excited to reread this one as well and just continue on with rereading this series. It truly just is bringing back like a lot of nostalgic memories for me. And yeah, just Penelope knows what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Anyways, I don't actually know how many of these I will stick to because like I said, I've just kind of been like in it with my mood reading. I had like, I think the best reading month I've ever had this past month in October. And that was because I just kind of like read whatever I felt like reading whenever I felt like reading it. So I'm kind of like, what do you say we keep these good vibes going and just kind of keep on with the mood reading whenever I feel like it. So while those are my priority reads, I'm not sticking to those in any way, shape, or form if it means that I can still keep having just a good time reading. So anyways, that is it for today's video. Like I said, will have my wrap up on Friday. And then I don't know what I'm doing after that. Pretty much the only videos that I'm certain of anymore at this point are like these, and then my chat chill and get ready with me's. And I think I'm actually going to start doing a monthly writing vlog check-in. You know, obviously with Take You Down, I did like one solid video because no one knew that was, or like you guys kind of knew I was dropping hints, but no one knew when that was coming, and that was like a surprise release. So I obviously like wasn't doing any teasers leading up, but now that like I kind of am a little more sure of the process, I've already started vlogging, writing the second book. But I'm like, maybe I'll start doing like monthly vlog check-ins on that. I don't know. We'll see. It's just an idea I'm kind of playing around with. I honestly don't know, you know, how much content I would have month to month without like spoiling things. So I don't know, just something I'm messing around with. So you might potentially see that this month sometime. But yeah, anyways, that is it for today's video, and I will see you when I see ya.